However, Mr. Chairman, not all is gloomy, as recent evidence suggests that given local successes recorded in food crop production, sub-Saharan Africa may be turning the corner. Other changes taking place on the continent, namely the reduction of the number of armed conflicts, improvement in regional and sub-regional institutions' capacity, and the good progress that has been made in developing the business environment are a source of renewed optimism about prospects for the agriculture in Africa. This is a quotation from the FAO report. Although some progress has been made in addressing rising hunger, as evidenced in reduction of people suffering from chronic hunger from 34% to 30%, and the fact that 14 out of 30 countries which achieved a 25% reduction in hunger in the last decade were in sub-Saharan Africa, undernourishment has been increasing consistently in sub-Saharan Africa from 167 million people in 1960 to 92 up to 205 million people in 2000 to 2002. It should be encouraging for Ghanaians to know that Ghana, Congo, Nigeria, Mozambique, and Malawi are credited with achieving the steepest reductions in the number and prevalence of undernourished people, with Ghana being the only country to have reached both the World Food Summit and the Millennium Development Goal target in this area. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, may I commend the United Nations, and in particular the FAO, WFP, and other organizations who have long been involved in the fight to alleviate hunger and nutrition. Their combined and consistent efforts, including the promotion of food sufficiency policies, undertaking of projects ranging from volunteering at soup kitchens and school feeding programs, homegrown food feeding programs, among others, have as a result over the past 2 decades seen the decline of the proportion of the world's people who are hungry from 1/5 to 1/6, while the absolute number of the hungry people have fallen slightly. Mr. Chairman, uniting against hunger calls for real partnership between the state, civil society organizations, and the private sector at all levels. In Ghana, according to the WFP's Comprehensive Food Security and Vulnerability Report of May 2009, food insecurity and hunger affected about 5% of all households, with the most affected households being in the rural areas of northern Savannah zone. In general, 34% of households in the Upper West, 15% in Upper East, 10% in Northern region, 7% in Ashanti region, and 3 to 4% in rural areas of Central, Eastern, and Volta region suffer food insecurity. Ladies and gentlemen, under the Objective 1 of Ghana's Food and Agricultural Sector Development Policy, which is dedicated to food security and emergency preparedness, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture is collaborating with its stakeholders in an effort to minimize the food insecurity and undernourishment status of the country. Currently, Ghana is self-sufficient in the production of most staple foods, namely the roots and tubers such as cassava, yam, plantain, among others, but we are deficient in the cereals, that is maize, rice, legumes, livestock, and fisheries. We produce 35% of our rice requirement, 90% of maize, 60% of fish, 50% of our cereal requirements, and 30% of raw materials needed for our agro-based industries. Ladies and gentlemen, government has therefore put in place key strategies for accelerating the modernization of agriculture and interventions to close these gaps. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture is more than determined to revolutionize Ghana's agriculture. I personally have promised to double rice production in 2 to 3 years. I told President Mills if I'm not able to do that within that period, he should take his post from me. I would have failed Ghanaians and I would have failed myself. Fortunately for me, Both the government and our development partners are solidly behind this determination. We wish to modernize and transform agriculture from its current structure that had existed over the last 5 decades to a very vibrant sector that closes the existing high productivity gaps, adds values, and improves rural incomes. We are guided by our sector policy, the Food and Agricultural Development Policy, we call it FASDEP, and the Medium-Term Agricultural Investment Plan, which we have acronymed METASEP. The key principles behind these development instruments are: 1, value chain approach for the development of the interventions, a focus on selected commodities for greater impact, a diversification for income generation and stability, enhanced productivity, transforming smallholders through improved organization of farmer-based organizations, and public-private partnership, inclusivity, whereby all operators are rich with services, and lastly, improved coordination and harmonization in the sector between all stakeholders. The key interventions, among others, are the motivation of private sector investors and cooperative farmers enterprises, farmer-based organizations, to seek access to an expanded local, national, and West African, as well as international markets. Setting up an agricultural fund to scale up credit support to farmers, processors, and marketers for upstreaming production, processing, and value addition and marketing. There's ongoing dialogue with the banking sector to reduce interest rates. Promoting smallholder producers to run agriculture as a business and encouraging medium and large-scale farming ventures. Expanding irrigation facilities, especially small-scale drip irrigation, to enable small-scale farmers own irrigation assets and ensure all year-round production. And lastly, provision of more agricultural machinery to mechanize Ghana's agriculture. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture is enhancing access to improved seeds and other planting materials, agro-processing machinery, and irrigation equipment. I must say that the Grains and Legumes Board has been provided the necessary logistics and funding, together with the private sector registered seed growers, to produce the necessary planting material and seeds for distribution to farmers, including the block farms in all the regions. Mr. Chairman, the block farming project under the Youth in Agriculture program is intended to increase the production of maize, rice, and soya bean in the medium term as it creates jobs for the youth in this country. This year, the program has been expanded to cover all the 10 regions in Ghana, and it's also been expanded to cover the fisheries sector with emphasis on aquaculture and the livestock sector as well. The ministry is intensifying the dissemination of agricultural technologies and education to farmers by motivating agricultural extension agents and introducing farmers' education media programs. As a matter of fact, every region has been equipped with an audio-visual van for this purpose. The fisheries subsector remains a challenge in the agricultural sector. However, government has put in measures that will increase fish production through aquaculture to enable the country achieve fish self-sufficiency. Currently, the government is promoting the operation and construction of feed mills in the private sector to ensure constant supply of feed to fishers engaged in aquaculture. Under a Spanish grant, 6 cold stores are being established in 6 coastal locations. This activity is ongoing. Some are almost nearing completion. And MOFA has also purchased cargo trucks to safely transport fingerlings from hatcheries to fish farms in the country. The Ministry of Food and Agriculture is close to securing funding for the 14 landing sites to enhance productivity in the fisheries sector. The World Food Program and Ministry of Food and Agriculture are in the process of initiating the Purchase for Progress, we call it P4P project. The project seeks to enhance the livelihood of small-scale farmers by purchasing directly from them. The World Food Program, as we just were told by Mr. Omer, has plans to purchase 10,000 metric tons of maize this season from farmers and the National Food Buffer Stock Company. Of this volume, it has already purchased and exported 6,400 metric tons, valued at $2.2 million to Niger to assist ameliorate the food situation there.